Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Cliff Notes, the Houston version, and it's the first round of the East. Remember, subscribe. It helps my algorithm. It helps the channel. I work really hard putting these videos out and getting you guys updated, and I would appreciate it. It helps me. So thanks for subscribing, and also thanks to my friends at EBC Brakes. They kick ass. These guys are awesome. They got the best rotors, clutches, brake pads, you name it, they've got it. My friends at Steel City Men's Clinic, they will get you dialed in health-wise. If you're feeling lethargic and you want to just get a boost, check them out. If you want to stay healthy, prevent injury, hit up Steel City Men's Clinic. They got supplements and stuff for everybody. Epic Garage Designs, check out the cool stuff. Get the Moto Tracks. We've got the single and the dual Moto Tracks. If you want to look professional for a reasonable amount, look like AGE in their pits. It looks so good. Complete Racing Solutions. You guys know Coach Rob, smartest guy in the industry. Programs start at 20 bucks and go up from there. So check out CompleteRacingSolutions.com and Coach Rob. So without further ado, let's get into Cliff Notes.
You all know exactly who I am.
All right, guys, I'm going to start with some bad news and some good news. Malcolm Stewart is out probably for the entire year, and this is really bad. I talked to his mechanic or I think it was his mechanic that I was talking to over at Rockstar last week. It's the same knee he hurt heading into outdoors, the one that he was supposed to have surgery but didn't have surgery. Now he had surgery. I don't know, they didn't tell me what ligaments, but I will say this, his mechanic was really bummed. It sounds pretty serious, and on the wrong side of 30, that kind of a knee injury, it's not good. I'm definitely disappointed, and I hope the best for Malcolm, and hopefully we'll get him back soon. Maybe in time for super duper motocross, who knows. Justin Cooper is making his 450 debut in Houston, which is awesome. J. Coop, 450, let's see what he can do. Now I'm going to run through the top 12, because I want to get all the way down to Christian Craig. Eli Tomac. This is, so heading into Anaheim 2 is like those video games where you play, where you shoot the basket, and you make like 3 in a row, and you go on fire. He was on fire. He had the boost. He had the fire. He couldn't miss. He had so much confidence. Like anything he touched was gold. And then he ate it big time. Really, really bad. He's okay, but that takes a lot out of you, and it can really play with your mind, and it takes your confidence. Just ask Jason Anderson after that big crash he had at Anaheim. It really takes that invincibility that some of these guys get, it took it away. I don't know if it will for Eli. That's something to watch this weekend. Sexton, he has that invincibility back. He almost didn't have it for those first couple rounds. He looked good, not great, had some struggles, had his bike smashed in the heat race. Like, he had some mistakes. But he also made mistakes when he won, so we'll see. But he's definitely one to watch. He looks really good. Cooper Webb, right there. Hasn't won yet, but he's just knocking on the door. I mean, Cooper Webb gets better as they go east in this kind of loose dirt where he can pivot on the inside. Cooper Webb is definitely somebody to pay attention to. Ken Roczen, I got to eat my words. Ken Roczen looks as good on the Suzuki as he would have on any bike. I stand corrected. Whatever they're doing to make him feel comfortable, I'm going to go ahead and wash it down with some Twisted Tea, which is the official tea of the team, not Ken Roczen. But hey, good on those guys. Shut me up. Jason Anderson, he looks good. He's struggling after the first Anaheim when he lost that confidence from the big crash. You know, then he had the incident with Barsha. He hasn't had his head there. He got it straight at the Triple Crown. He won the second one. He didn't win the overall, but he got second. Is that enough to springboard him back to where he was? We shall see. Dylan Ferrandis, he's been good, not great. He's definitely much improved. He's finishing all the laps. He's battling up inside the top 10, but he wants to be on the podium. So I don't know if he can get there or not. We'll see. And then Barsha, Bam Bam is Bam Bam. Takes people out, runs up on the podium when he can, you name it. That's just Bam Bam. He is who he is. Aaron Plessinger, he's in a contract year. He's shown some flashes. He needs to show more. He needs to get up there and get a podium if he wants to keep his ride at KTM. Adam Cincerillo. I could not be happier about Adam Cincerillo. He says his hand's not going numb. It doesn't look like it is. Like, he looks like he's riding. I'm seeing flashes of the Adam that could get on the podium, and he just keeps building. And I'm just praying, hoping that he gets better. And the sport is better, when Adam's on top. So I'm just hoping that works for him. Colt Nichols, man, he's doing good, but he's learning. That 450 class is no joke. Him and both Christian Craig have jumped up from the 250 class, and it is the real deal. He's got a 6th. He's going to get better. He's going to be in that 6 to 10 range, in my opinion. That's about what we're going to see from Colt this year, but hopefully that's enough to springboard into a decent ride for next year because he is on a Supercross-only contract with HRC. Joey Savacci, king of the privateer pits these days because that's where Feld has put the Rick Ware Racing guys, is all the way in the back. I believe it's because of their affiliation with World Supercross, but we shall see. He's a consistent top 10 guy, and yeah, I like it. Representing. Christian Craig. Oh boy, I picked him to win races. Disappointing. He's in 12th in the points. Hasn't shown anything. He's been a 12th place guy. I don't know what else to say. I expected more. So now that he's carrying the banner for Husqvarna all by himself, they're not gonna settle for 12th. He really needs to be. They need somebody up in there battling. There's a little bit of pressure. He's gonna feel it. So, all right, guys, let's get into the 250 East. Okay, I got to start with the story. It's Hayden Deegan. Hayden Deegan is the story. He's racing the East Series, which is so stupid. Stupid, dumb. Brian, you're a moron. Don't race this race. Let the kid settle in. And you know what, Brian? Get out of the pits. You're in the pits, like signing autographs, putting all this pressure. Just let the kid be his own man. He's a pro now. Let him deal with the team. Step back. Mini dad stuff, it's got to go. When I saw Deegan in the pits, signing autographs, 50 deep, just soaking it up, coattailing his kid, it just rubbed me wrong. I just don't think that's the right way to do it. I think it puts an undue amount of pressure on Hayden, and Brian needs to step back. That's what you do as a pro. You get these kids to these adult level, and then, Dad, you got to step back. Doesn't matter who you are. Well, unless you're Eli Tomac's dad, John, but that's different. I mean, Brian's done some good things, but not like John Tomac. John Tomac was like the man. So anyway, that's enough for Hayden Deegan. He is the story this weekend. He's going to be the story for a while. Good, bad, ugly, it doesn't matter. And yes, I clickbait Deegan titles because it works and it gets me views. So there. Jordan Smith. This is his last shot. He has got to get some wins. If he doesn't, this might be it for him. This is just like when Craig was in the, jumped on the star bike. That's it. You have to win. Nate Thrasher is also in that situation where they've got so many guys coming up. It's put up or shut up time. He needs to be a title contender. If he doesn't, he's out. Hunter Lawrence, who's probably your favorite, or at least co-favorites with Michael Mosman, with HRC. It's Jet Lawrence's brother. They ride together. Of course he's going to be fast. Chance Hymas, who also rides with them on the HRC Honda, is making his debut. He's doing 2 rounds for sure. And I'll bet if he does good, we see him for the entire series. Pro Circuit Kawasaki, Chris Blos is filling in. Blos is the man, guys. He really is. He was retired, but he still stays in shape. He's an athlete. He's competitive. He's wanted to be on one of these factory teams to see if he could really get that podium, the elusive podium for him. And I think he can get it. Michael Mosman, I think he's my favorite. He's the favorite guy to win. Him and his brother, I ran into him last weekend at Anaheim. They're such nice people. They really are. I feel bad when I call Michael Jeffrey Dahmer, but that's the thing, they're so nice. I'm like, what, is their bodies in their trunk? Like, how are they this nice? But genuinely, I think they probably just are that good of people. So Michael Mosman, my pick to win the Supercross Championship in the East. Jeremy Martin, a lot to watch for in Jeremy Martin. I expect him to be top 5. Boy, he's put his body through so much the last few years. The back, the knee, the shoulder. This poor guy has been through hell, but he's still out there. He still has the talent, but will his body, he's not that old, but his body has been through so much. That worries me as far as getting through the whole season. Preston Kilroy, great opportunity to fill in for Garrett Marchbanks. Garrett had an unfortunate deal with his wrist. Didn't heal properly. I believe he had to do another surgery, maybe re-break it, but look for Garrett to come back. I don't know when he's going to come back, and they don't really want to put a date on it because you never know on something like this where they re-break it. He's in no man's land as far as when, but he is doing something. He's teaching riders at club, and I think that's great for these guys to go back to learn basics, to practice basics. The best way to do that is by teaching. So I think Garrett's doing the right thing there, and we'll see him when we see him. KTM's got Tom Vial. Tom Vial is a MXGP champion who's coming over here. It'll be his first Supercross. Expect him to be fast, podium speed, maybe even get a win, but look for big crashes. That's what happens when the European guys come over here. Husqvarna, their guy got hurt, Jalik Swoll, so they're bringing in amateur Talon Hawkins. I don't think Talon's quite ready, and please don't judge him because he doesn't. It's not like they chose to go pro. He kind of had to. There was nobody else, the last man available, so they grabbed Talon Hawkins, and he will be at the rig. That's a lot of pressure for one guy, but Talon's a tough kid. He'll do all right. I look for him inside the top 10. Max Anstey for the Firepower Honda team. Max is going to be good. Max is going to be top 5. Max can get some podiums. He just needs some good starts. Phoenix Honda is bringing a gaggle of riders. You got Jace Owen, Colin Park, Kyle Peters, Cody Schock, and rookie and Horizon winner Caden Braswell. Hep Suzuki, you got Marshall Welton, who got a lot of European experience, but he's also returning from a torn ACL. And then also Dylan Schwartz, formerly of the Bar X team. And that's it for your East riders, guys. So anyway, hey, thanks. This is Cliff Notes. Like I said, I'm going too deep on it, but I try to give you a little bit of information for the weekend. And remember, subscribe, and I will catch you guys later.